lost 7 stone last year. Thank you. Lost my kid playing hide and seek. I've always wanted to experience a Brazilian butt lift, but I got told off for touching that stripper. In school, I was bullied because I was tall, fat and wore glasses, and they made a living hell for me. So one day I turned around to them and said, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me." So they threw a dictionary at me. Because I was being bullied, I emotionally ate. One day it was so bad, I even ate my sister's vegetables, which I was told off for. After all, they were herpes. Just trying to get my 5 a day in, guys, that's all it is. I remember as a kid wanting my dad's attention, and he'd always go, "Give me 5 minutes, I'm just resting my eyes," which really upset me. He was driving at the time. Prosecco is called Prosecco as that's where it's made, and it got me thinking that other things should be named after where they're made. So Guinness should be called Dublin, Aston Martin should be called Gaydon, and my brother should be called Wetherspoon's Toilets. So I was in John Lewis, and I was talking to the salesman who was a former assassin, and he was trying to sell me blinds which I couldn't afford. So he said, "It's curtains for you then." I watched this charity football match in support of dementia, but to be honest with you, it was a match to forget. I entered a competition to see who could poo the quickest. I didn't win. Finished number 2 though. When people find out I've got teenage stepdaughters, they go, "Oh, you best watch out for boys then." I go, "No, luckily, they're not into boys." And they go, "Girls then?" I went, "No, I'm not into girls either. If anything, they're pansexual," which means we have to hide the kitchen cookware. There's some very sticky pants. Did you know that when a dog bites you and locks its jaw, you're meant to put a finger up the arse to get it to let go? Turns out it's meant to be the dog's arse. They say that laughter's the best medicine. So when my granddad told me he had bladder issues, I laughed. My brother laughed, my dad laughed, and my granddad, he pissed himself. My sister-in-law says that everything is banging. Her daughter's test results, banging. Her mother's roast dinners, banging. Her job working street corners, banging. So as mentioned, I've got teenage stepdaughters, and to help me become a good stepdad, I asked Google for some advice. And Google said that teenagers need freedom with boundaries. So I put an ankle tag on them. Parenting can be tricky. Kids will always fight. And apparently, it's right of me to try and let them resolve it by themselves. But wrong of me to start placing bets. For years I've been trying to get them to open up to me, and then just the other day they went, "I hope my mum regrets marrying you. I hope that you break up. I dream of the day that you're not here." And I won't lie to you, there were tears. Of joy, they told me the hopes and dreams. I've had loads of jobs over the years. I used to work in a shop selling prosthetics, and this one guy came in and bought one for £200 in cash. I had to hand it to him. I used to work in Costa, and this one lady came in and ordered a cup of coffee, and I went, "That'll be £7.40, please." And she went, "I thought you don't charge pretty girls." I go, "I don't." "That'll be £7.40, please." I used to work as a Santa at Christmas as well, and this one time my manager took his kid off my lap and replaced him with a lady who looked like a prostitute. I was so shocked, but still, hey ho. I currently work as a carer for adult people. That's right. I know words. And it's great because they do anything you say without question. So if I say let's hoover, they hoover. I say wash up, they wash up. I say tidy your room, they tidy their room. It's great. One time they did it all in half an hour. And I went, fuck me. My arsehole's still sore. Good to see you again, sir. I volunteer at a charity that takes people with low IQs to see different types of aircraft. Plain and simple. My mate seems to think we're in some sort of competition. I get a higher paying job, so does he. I get a new car, so does he. I sleep with his sister. He's Austrian, I think that's what they do. Don't you hate it when someone goes down the wrong hole and you end up having a coughing fit? The last time I had a prostate exam. Me and the missus have different names for each other when we make love. I call her Nicole because I fancy Nicole Kidman. And she calls me Justin because I've got a tiny cock. When I left college, I took a gap year before getting a job. But the first place I went to, I ended up staying for the entire year. There was free food, cheap pool, and I got to have sex every day. I love jail. My brother works harder than most to put food on the table. That's the life of a midget. I was telling my mate about the different subscriptions that I have. You know, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. And he came back with a wanky comment that the only subscription he has was to Life. So I turned off his support machine. My missus is doing dry January, which I fully support. I hate foreplay. My daughter struggles with her language. She's always getting she's always getting something. she's always getting her D's and N's mixed up, right? So daddy would be naddy, dog would be nog, and duck would be nuck. And me and my missus found it absolutely hilarious until she saw a black guy driving a digger. Ooh, that's a room splitter, isn't it? So got another bit of wordplay. The best thing about having an argument with my missus is the makeup sex. But apparently, lipstick isn't meant to go up my bum. I went to the drug clinic today and found out it's now all done by phone. So I called the number and it went, if you want help with your marijuana addiction, please press hash. Before West Ham kick off, all their fans sing Forever Blowing Bubbles. And let's let people know what Michael Jackson did to his pet monkey. According to my BMI, I'm still classed as morbidly obese. Morbidly! Everybody knows that fat people are jolly. Maybe not in this room, but... Oh, bless. Right, let's see where I am. Okay. When I proposed to my girlfriend, I used a balloon that had the words, "Will you marry me?" which then burst. I popped the question. I read the story on Facebook of a guy who died and was meant to be buried up north, but was actually buried down south by accident. Grave mistake. You want another one of those, right, guys? Yeah, you can keep quiet then. I'm currently directing Shakespeare's Hamlet, and I've got to decide between two lead actors. There's Toby, who has a lot of stage presence, and then there's Simon, who has more experience. So it begs the question, Toby or not Toby? I like it, so that's the main thing. Right, I'll leave you on this one. I'm trying to beat the world record for number of toilets used in a day. The current record stands at 42. I was only able to make it at 20 before being asked to leave Wix. I've been Jack Barlow, thank you for your time.